Stober. So, Ms. Hamilton, would you like to give your 1 minute?
Good evening, everybody. Thank you so much for wanting to be informed on how to cast your vote on August 30th. The vote is on August 30th, and that is the end of the election. I moved to Monroe County in 1989, graduating from law school and being admitted to the Florida Bar in 1988. I graduated number 12 out of a class of 190 students in law school. I have dedicated my entire legal career to the citizens of Monroe County. I have the experience and the dedication to serve you as the next county court judge.
Thank you.
Push that up.
How about this? All right. But I have time back. Thank you to the Association, the Federation, and the League for having us here tonight. Thank you for everybody for coming. I'm Rob Stober, and I'm running for county court judge. I earned an English degree and then ran a yacht for 4 years before heading off to the University of Miami Law School. In 1994, I started an admiralty and maritime law firm before joining a big insurer. In 2003, I moved here to Florida Keys and joined Hershoff Lupino Legal, where I'm a partner. I've tried cases in small claims court, in county court, in circuit court, in federal court, and I've argued appellate matters. I've handled matters from adoption to zoning and involving people from all walks of life. Outside of work, I've served on numerous boards. I've been awarded the Irving Iser Award for Community Service and being the top fundraiser for Good Health Fund. I live in Tavernier with my wife Claudia and our 2 children, and I'm running for judge to continue to serve my community.
Okay. The first question will go to Ms. Hamilton.
Hi, how are you? What specifically in your background, I mean, when you're a judge, you're going to be handling all sorts of cases and everything. So what in your background prepares you to be a judge?
I think number 1 has been my experience as an attorney down here for going on 30 years and having handled almost every single kind of case except for a capital death penalty case. I think one of the most important things that I've done to serve the community was, as a result of all that experience, Chief Judge Richard Payne in 2005 appointed me as a general magistrate. I served in this quasi-judicial capacity, presiding over 4,000 cases on behalf of the judges of Monroe County, Judge Garcia and Judge Tony. And I think that in and of itself, as well as my knowledge of the court administration, the court system, and how it all works, and how from the clerk's office, the sheriff's department, to the jurors, I understand how all the pieces of the puzzle fit together.
That was from me as well. Excellent. What I'm going to bring to the bench is a lot of practical experience. I've been involved in the law for 22 years, all of it in litigation. Again, with an advocacy firm, a big insurance company, and then helping people down here. The experience, 15 seconds. I apologize. I thought that question was for me.
Go ahead.
Was that a rebuttal? We thought it was a minute and then 30 to the initial.
Did you ask him the same question?
Yeah.
Same question.
Maybe you started.
I think I did it wrong.
I'm sorry, I wasn't. Yeah.
We're just doing what they did the
That's
last
my
time.
fault.
I did ask if it was the same question.
Yeah, I thought it was too, so.
So I apologize. And it's okay, people make mistakes. It's how you deal with mistakes that makes the difference. And that's an important understanding that we're going to, I'll just take 30 seconds. That's an important quality that I'm going to bring to the bench. I've seen in the courtroom people make mistakes, but if they're good people and it's one isolated mistake, I'm talking about the lawyers here, not the people in it. We'll look over it. It's important how we address those. It's important that people take responsibility for the actions, but I'm not talking about them. Really what I'm going to bring is a lot of business experience. I own my own business. My wife does. I've served on, I don't know, a half dozen boards as a leader. And probably the most important thing is that I'll bring my family experience. I have 2 daughters and my wife and a niece that lives with us, and I am accustomed to arbitrating unsolvable disputes.
Okay, the next question for,
This would be for both of them, starting with Mr. Stober. What would you do as a judge to mold the justice system to truly rehabilitate convicted felons so that when their time has been served and their debt to society paid, they can become reformed, enlightened contributors to society rather than permanently branded for life as unemployable and marginalized outcasts?
John, that's a great question. And understand that the judge's duties are limited. And the judge decides on the way in what happens to people, not what happens after them. I had an experience where a young man's family called me, and he'd made a few mistakes. He had made more than one mistake. He'd made a cascade of mistakes, but he was essentially a good kid. He was, in my opinion, overcharged him. And the family member called and said, "This is wrong, but we can't afford a lawyer." And so I stepped in and took the case pro bono. And within 3 days, the young man was released. He's gone off to college. He has a job. He's a contributing member of society. So the important thing to do is to gauge people on the way in. Are they a good person who's made one mistake? Are they an unfortunate person due to their societal or economic position or their education, can't do anything else? Or are they a bad person and probably not subject to rehabilitation? And it's important that we make those decisions on the way in.
okay.
Can I ask a vote?
Yes, you're next.
It's a mess.
Same question.
Uninterrupted.
That's okay. As a judge, you have to follow the law. That is what you are required to do, follow the law. So in sentencing a criminal, you have to follow whatever the guidelines say that you are required to do. If they come back before you on a violation of probation, for instance, you are still required to follow the law. You need to listen to both sides, make their arguments, and then make a decision. It's not for a judge to change the rehabilitation portion of the criminal justice system. The judge can only follow the law. Period.
Okay. One more question.
Okay, I'll start with Ms. Hamilton. County judges are often considered teaching judges since younger, newer lawyers are assigned by the county court, to the county court by the prosecutor and the public defender's office. How do you view your role as a teaching judge?
I view my role the way I view life and treating people the way I would want to be treated. And I think everybody deserves to be treated with respect and dignity. When my husband and I moved down to the Florida Keys in 1989, Judge Tomey happened to be the judge who we both practiced in front of as basically new lawyers. He was kind, he was considerate, he was strong sometimes when you made mistakes, but you could always go to him after the appeal time was done with the case and discuss what you could have done better. So as a judge teaching, I think that there are certain things that you can do, but you have to wait. You can't do them during the case. It's improper. And I think it really just comes down to treating people the way you want to be treated with respect and dignity.
Same question.
Would you like to answer that?
Yeah, absolutely. I think that I agree with Sharon said about treating people with respect. That is of the utmost attorneys. And when a new attorney was hired, including transfers from the state attorney's or public defender's office, they were assigned to me for civil courtroom training, which is completely different. Cases is completely different. When we have a new associate in our office here, they get the office next to me, and I am the mentor for them. The mentor takes stock in children. I take stock in children's student. I'm on my second student. This great program gives free college to students in Monroe County if they need a mentor. I'm also, for the past 9 years, been the justice teacher for the Upper Keys. I teach at Coral Shores Plantation Key School, taught in Marathon. With justice teaching, I go into the classrooms and teach kids constitutional law. So I think training or mentoring or being the guiding judge would be no problem for me. Thank you.
Okay. Sharon, you want to
Lori.
Closure.
Let me thank you all again for being here. I know I am the most qualified and experienced candidate for this position. I was the Chief Judge designee when it was Chief Judge Garcia, when it was Chief Judge Audlin, when it was Chief Judge Jones, to serve on the Community-Based Care Alliance Board, which is for the protection of the abandoned, abused, and neglected children in Monroe County. I was the Chief Judge designee for the 16th Circuit Juvenile Justice Advisory Board, which is for the troubled youth of our system. I was also the circuit's liaison to the Florida Supreme Court for the Dependency Model Court, which is also for the children of our county. I know this job. I know how it works. I know how it affects each and every one of you, and I know that I will do the best job for you. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you for taking the time to listen to me tonight. I have over 20 years of experience in helping people resolve their problems. Understanding the law is important, but temperament, wisdom, and understanding the community are critical. The judge should be a pillar and a leader for the community. My experience as a leader in the chamber, Rotary, Take Stock in Children, and justice teaching has taught me that the right decision is not always the most popular one, and it's going to take courage to be the judge. I'm the only candidate ranked by Martindale-Hubbell as distinguished and with a high ethical rating. This hasn't been enough time for me to get to know all of you, and certainly not enough time for you to get to know me. I want you to know more about me. I've placed my resume on my website, and you can follow us on Facebook and find out what we're doing. I'm Rob Stober, and I'm asking for your vote on August 30th. Thank you.
Thank you guys very much.